Hey guys, we just pulled up on what I hope is my last call of the day. It's a no cooling. Let's go in and see what's going on. Knock knock.
Hello, you can come in. She's friendly. She's just gonna sniff you out. Yeah.
All right, tell me what's been going on.
So it's not really. The other night we were laying here, and then the fan kind of sounded like it was like I don't know, like the motor was running really hot. I guess.
Okay.
Something like that.
In here?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so. It kind of. I don't know. It sounded like a motor was running, so I made him cut it off. But then it stopped cooling because we usually keep it on 69. And it usually has no problem staying at 69 degrees. And then we got home from work that evening, and it was Sky, go, in here, go. And it was like it was about 80, almost 75, 80, in between there. So it's just not, and the cold air is not blowing out anymore. Yeah, that's...
This thing wants to give me a problem now that I've opened it.
Yeah, it's a little finicky. It's a little funny thing.
I'll get it in just a second. All right, I'm going to be in and out, checking things out.
Okay.
So I'm going to be in your backyard.
That's fine. You'll be around. I'll try to keep the girls put up so then they're not all in your face and stuff, because they are very loving.
Okay.
And then I haven't heard it now, but a few days before this happened, it made like a weird, like when it was trying to kick on, like a grinding noise almost.
Okay, in fact, I'm gonna walk outside and turn it off before I turn it on in here. All right, now let's go in and turn it on and come back out. Cool. All right, let's make sure there's no water safeties. That coil's gonna be clogged. We do have a condensate pump. Oh, holy mackerel. Whew. Definitely a pulling clean on that one. Those accordion style coils are hard to clean to begin with. I mean, it'd be hard to get a brush up in there and clean it, and that one is filthy. Just once in a while, if I'm worried about snakes or things biting me, actually this kind of atmosphere with these leaves like this is probably one of my most worrisome, because a copperhead, and that's the least bothersome of the poisonous snakes around here. A copperhead will be so confident in its camouflage, what in the world, that it'll just curl up in these leaves and won't run away. That is not from a common tree around here. and they won't run away, and it's real easy to step on one, put your knee on one, and then they'll bite you. That's about the only way they'll bite you though. Holy smokes, I'm seeing a lot of problems already. Contactor's buzzing. We have a leak right here. I'm pretty sure of it. And we have an extremely dirty coil. Let's put in the disconnect and see what happens. It's hard to believe that's moving air. This is not cold. Not cold at all. With a coil that dirty, this liquid line should be hot. And it is not. I don't have to put gauges on it to know it's out of refrigerant. That contactor is buzzing. Even though it has no high voltage, there is low voltage going to that contactor, or what you might call thermostat voltage. I can almost see where that leak is, and it looks like it's right there. We have 2 PSI. Man, that might be the first time in a week I hadn't had to sign in when I use this app. 1.6. I have a Volkswagen Beetle, one of the old ones, and the fuel gauge on them has F on one side for full, and on the other side it has an R, and the R is for reserve, but we used to always call it empty. So this one is empty. Okay, we have us a 2-ton heat pump, R22 from 2003. It is 23 years old. 22 and a half. It looks like this is my condensate line. So we have no outlet. I see no disconnect other than the breaker. I'm gonna say line set, new piece of wood for the platform, new condensate pump, get us a 240 volt. Line set cover, pad, condenser, air handler, 7.5 kW. Let me see this. This is also an 03. This is a matching system. All right, we know what we need. We need to seal all this. Come in here with some foam board. I will say that I know in the back of my head about what it would cost to fix this system, and it's going to be about half the cost of a new system, and it's 23 years old. So yes, I did go straight to working up an estimate to replace it. There's no way I would put what may be for, I don't know, $3,000 to $4,000 into a 23-year-old system, and something else could fail the next day. No way. And I would not advise my customers to do that. So I am submitting an estimate to replace this one. Hope we get it, because I want to install one of these. They got some good options. That is a low-income rental property. I say that, but man, I think they're paying a fortune in rent. I had no idea rent was so high. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll get approval on that one. If I do, I'll let you know at the end of this one when I sign off. Okay, I've had a stressful couple of days. That was actually filmed yesterday. I say stressful because I'm not getting the sleep I need. And yes, I got approval on that install. I did that call yesterday, and I just got approval at the end of the day today. Ordered the equipment, spoke with my installer, so hopefully, I hope early next week I can have that install for you, and we can go over it, look at the equipment, and I'm just hoping to make a really good improvement over at that property. New air conditioner, new line set, new condensate pump, new platform, sealing the return. I think I forgot to quote a filter grill, but I'll just throw that in if we need to. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, how about like and subscribe? And if you're like me, would you have quoted a change out without even quoting a repair on that one? Kind of made sense to me. Catch you on the next one.